the mighty Mississippi, and there's only one thing missing.
Inside Monster Jam. Presented by 1-800-COLLECT.
Jerry Bernardo, Inside Monster Jam, presented by 1-800-COLLECT. I'm standing underneath the Gateway Arch. Where is that, you ask? St. Louis, Missouri. There has been unconfirmed reports of the sighting of the elusive beast, Bigfoot, in this area. I will travel atop this very structure, 630 feet, to continue my search. Halt. Sir, which way to the elevators?
Right down this way.
Thank you. Jerry Bernardo in a small pod, crammed in tight quarters. Why? To find Bigfoot. On the ever-elusive search, we will seek out the predator known as Bigfoot. There's no sign of the monster beneath the arch. While I'm looking for him, check out some monsters of your own. Cigar Town in Tampa, Florida. I will continue the hunt for the elusive Bigfoot.
Monster Trucks.
Shirley Temple? Hanson? Who knows for sure? But just look at what people were doing to get into the big sombrero, as over 62,600 fans showed up for Monster Jam in Tampa, Florida. In round one action, it's hometown favorite Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger taking care of Thrasher, who experiences mechanical problems early on. Gary Porter advances his Carolina Crusher into round two after stomping past Clydesdale, who blew a rear tire on the first jump. Next up, Todd Frolic and Barefoot all but extinguishes Wildfire with an impressive leap on the straight line track. Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger were all set to take on Reptoid, but electrical problems forced driver Jim Jack to bow out of competition as the Digger made a solo run for the fans. In the second round, Barefoot gets the best of Carolina Crusher in a close race, putting Todd Frolic and his Big Dodge into the final showdown. Only one position was left, as Dennis Anderson and Scott Hartsock went at it, with Gravedigger just edging out Gunslinger in the duel. It's Gravedigger and Barefoot set to square off in the final showdown in Tampa. That gave the other monsters an opportunity to show their appreciation to the packed house as they lit up Houlihan Stadium with a romping freestyle. Pat Summer was able to get Thrasher up and running again as he delighted the crowd with his antics. Jim Jack couldn't let his hometown fans down, bringing Reptoid out for freestyle to tear up the track, while fellow Floridian Scott Hartsock definitely gave his hometown fans a show to remember.
Foiled, still no sign of the elusive beast.
What beast are you looking for?
Bigfoot.
He's at the TWA Dome. Everybody knows that.
Oh, thanks for the tip.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, why don't you guys stick around after the break? More great racing. Everybody knows that.
Inside Monster Jam.
Dan? Oh, I thought you were coming out the top. Man, I've been looking all over for you.
I heard about that. You get lost in St. Louis easy.
No, you know what I think is funny, though? Let's talk about that jump, the new record holder.
It was a rush. I mean, it really was. Ford Firestone put a good truck together. I mean, the guys up at the shop, we owe everybody a lot of thanks for that one.
And every year the sport's changing.
It's gone so far and so fast now on the outdoor tracks and stuff that we're running during the summertime that it's unbelievable.
Like Truck Fest.
Like Truck Fest, and we're looking forward to that.
Fast, big track.
Yes, we are.
You're a full-on motorsports fan of any kind, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So he's going to stick with me right now. We're going to go look at some Arenacross stuff. An Arenacross moment. Is that all right with you? The home viewing audience, Dan?
Perfect. Let's go.
Arenacross moment.
Number 4, Chad Peterson rockets to the front of the pack, taking the whole shot in the 125 main with series point leader Buddy Antunez and number 12 Mike Jones in pursuit. Peterson protected his lead well for 4 laps until a slow right-hand turn sucked him in. Number 1, Antunez, who had fallen victim to the same turn earlier, was in great position to take advantage this time. Peterson would remount to finish third, important in his bid for the season championship. As Buddy Antunez takes the 125 main in style, Jones came in second.
I think that Ann's going to try and replace me. Can you, stay in my corner and vote for me, or do you want to make the switch, jumping ship?
Actually, I like you, Jerry. I mean, we'll keep you around a while. Yeah,
Like I said, he does the big Hollywood thing. No, you're the best, and if it was her, it'd be different. Let's go to the shop.
Let's go.
Can we take this? Are these allowed on public highways?
Actually, the time we're leaving here, it might not be a bad idea. We got problems.
Monster Trucks.
Over 41,000 Monster fans convened in Chicago to meet and greet their heroes, who are more than happy to sign autographs. Even our co-host got caught up in the action.
Charging up here in Chicago with Brian Welch. Aren't you from around Chicago? Is this your hometown?
You know, we're 30 miles away from here. This is our hometown. It's like playing in our own backyard.
It's a tough track to run. Like I was saying, it's hard turns, and just go back out there and run the Blue Bigfoot as hard as we can.
Tell me what you're going to do for this race tonight.
Well, I'm going to put it to the wood and hopefully stay on all fours. The show must go on.
And that's just what it did as Pablo Huffaker, driving Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger, took care of Reptoid in round one. Next up for the digger, Kirk Dabney in Extreme Overkill, who had defeated Virginia Giant. Huffaker blows a tie rod to put him out. Dabney advances.
It was an incredible race there. What are your plans for the final?
Oh, get pumped up and push her to the limit and tip the wheels and just push her to the edge.
After defeating hometown hero Brian Welch in Monster Patrol, Dan Runty and Bigfoot put Nightmare to bed in impressive fashion. On to the final, where Bigfoot drove hard against Extreme Overkill. Cautious in the turn, he pours it on at the final jump to take the win in Chi-Town. Pumped up on adrenaline, Bigfoot would show off with an impressive freestyle.
10,000 pounds just flying through the air. That was amazing. The fans are crazy for you. How does that make you feel?
Chicago's a great town, that's all I can say. We had a blast up here.
They just couldn't get enough of you. Did you see everybody out there? Go, go!
Me up there, huh?
Yeah, it worked.
We need that extra push.
IMJ feature.
I was going to say we're at the corporate offices of Peterson, but I'm all by myself, so I guess it's just me. These guys are sponsoring Truck Fest. They got like 83 magazines. Check it out. Upstairs, Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. Come on. What do you got? You see them right here. I want to know, what's your favorite out of all of those?
Well, I'm a little bit biased since I'm the editor of 4-Wheel and Off-Road. That, of course, is my favorite. I also have a soft spot for Hot Rod Magazine, which is the one that we started with in 1948, and Mr. Peterson grew this company out of. And everything we do has got a fun nature to it. All these magazines are for enthusiasts. So we have a bunch of enthusiasts here doing it.
This is the one I want to know. The #1 selling magazine.
Teen.
Oh, those Hansons. That's enough of that. Yeah, I need one person in this office that I can totally horrify.
Heidi Medina is our ad coordinator, and she is extremely hyper.
Heidi, we were sent your way so we can tease you and have fun.
Thank you. As long as you're... Oh, ESPN?
Erica?
No, she's in there.
Thank you so much. Erica? Do you always do that when a camera comes in? How's it going?
It's going great.
I need to know all about this and this.
Okay, what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to ship one of our magazines to the stripper. They're the people who put the magazine.
Wait, to the stripper? Cut.
Sorry, I was straying off. And right now I'm just getting ready to send our issue to the press, and I'm laying down all the proofs for all our pages. And right now I'm just about to put down the one for the U.S. Truck Fest, which is starting in May.
Fest.
Yeah, we're letting people know that they can sign up now and be a part of the U.S. Truck Fest, which runs from May through November.
He heaved. Don't you have great dental work? Look at. Do you drink a lot of coffee?
I don't drink coffee at all.
Just let it all out. Ready? Say it with me.
The Jammer Question of the Week, presented by 1-800-COLLECT.
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Holly, and our Jammer question is, what is a Truck Fest?
Speaking of Truck Fest, check out the IMJ calendar. You can catch all the action at Charlotte Motor Speedway as the Peterson U.S. Truck Fest Series hits Concord, North Carolina, June 12th through the 14th. If motorcycle drag racing is your bag, check out the AMA Pro Star, May 30th and 31st at Virginia Motorsports Park in Richmond, Virginia. Monster Jam comes to the New York State Fairgrounds in Syracuse, New York, June 6th. Hagerstown Speedway in Hagerstown, Maryland, July 17th and 18th, and keeps on rolling right into Laidley Field in Charleston, West Virginia, July 18th. That same weekend, July 17th and 18th, the U.S. Hot Rod Motor Jam takes place at the Vigo County Fairgrounds in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Inside Monster Jam. We'll be right back.
Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 12 and 8, only on ESPN2.
Jammer Answer of the Week. Presented by 1-800-COLLECT.
Hi, I'm Dan Krolchek, Promotions Manager for U.S. Truck Fest, and I have this week's answer to the Jammer question. What is Truck Fest? Truck Fest is the biggest, the baddest, the meanest truck event you can imagine, featuring every single kind of truck you can possibly imagine being in one place, all from Pace Motorsports. Monster trucks, rough trucks, extreme off-road trucks, everything, all from Pace Motorsports, coming this year. U.S. Truck Fest.
The ever-elusive Bigfoot has landed here by the evidence of these giant footprints. I'm going to go inside, talk to Bob Chandler, the man himself, Mr. Bigfoot. Guys, take a look. It's a closer look. Check me out later.
A closer look.
Hey, we're up close with the driver of Little Tiger. I'm Doc Riley. Brian, tell me about this big monster right here.
Oh, it's a 95 Chevy. It's got Chevrolet engine in it, big block Chevrolet. About 1,300 horse. It's just a whole lot of truck to handle.
What's the biggest thing that you like about monster truck racing?
Just pleasing the fans and keeping everybody on the edge of their seat.
On the edge of their seat, that's the Little Tiger ready to pounce into victory lane. That's up close.
Stadium Rough Trucks.
The Stadium Rough Trucks were certainly living up to their name in Seattle as they pumped their way along the straight line track. Tom McDaniel hammered his 97 Hummer for a time of 8.54 seconds to put him at the top of the heap. Then number 11, Guy Taylor, goes all out in his 52 Willie pickup. You might say he lost his head as he tops McDaniel with a run of 7.75. But the night would ultimately belong to the 78 Chevy pickup, Wicked Sick, driven by Scott Berkey. He had the quickest time to earn him the Stadium Rough Trucks Championship in Seattle.
Jerry Bernardo, inside Monster Jam, hanging out with the man, Bob Chandler, at the foot of the greatest monster truck ever. Right here, 1974, it was built, Bigfoot. It's unbelievable.
That's right. That's number one.
What do you think now? How many have you had made?
Well, we got 14 of them, and 7 of them run almost every weekend.
You have a lot of good connections with Ford and Firestone. What's that Wilderness ride you got going? That's a really nice paint scheme on that thing.
Yeah, the Firestone Wilderness that's new. That's just started this year, and it was their idea. They designed the truck, and I love the paint job.
Do you ever get a chance to drive yourself, or do you have any interest in that anymore?
No, I'd like to, but the drivers won't let me in the trucks.
Bob, there's a lot of cool merchandise. When I think of merchandise, basically we think of T-shirts, sweatshirts. We got trucks. What other cool things do you have?
Jackets, sweatshirts, license plates, pictures, you name it, we have.
All sorts of stuff. Okay, Bob, thanks for having me over. Do you think I could ever really get a chance to actually drive Bigfoot?
You want to drive the 10-footer?
Yeah.
You got it.
So easy. Okay, Ann's going to hook us up with some off-road action. She's in Tempe, Arizona. You know Ann. She's crazy.
She is.
I love her.
You.
Okay, check it out. Whacked.
The U.S. Off-Road Championship Series.
We're here in Tempe, Arizona for round 3 of the U.S. Off-Road Championship Series. We got it all here, folks. We've got Thunder Bikes, we've got Pro Quads, we've got more, so stay tuned.
In Thunder Bikes action, number 1, Mike Healy from Costa Mesa, California, gets the whole shot over points leader Spud Walters, who was running close behind. Healy was explosive off the jumps, maintaining a strong lead. Walters tried to make up some ground in the turn, but Healy gets the best of him to stay out front. Walters, however, was relentless, staying close behind the leader. Healy checks his lead, and going into the final turn, Spud tries for the pass, but Healy says nothing doing, as he once again comes out on top. It's Healy winning the Tempe Thunder Bikes. Walters remains the overall points leader with 356 over Schoening and Summers. The stadium lights got off to a roaring start in Tempe, Arizona. In the first turn, number 12, Chad Gall gets himself into some trouble, winding up balanced on one tire. That's one way to get vertical. Meanwhile, number 8, Todd Whitman, has his hands full, chasing the leader, number 4, Bob Briggs. Whitman was closing in as he approached the turn. Then he makes his move, taking the inside lane. But Briggs wasn't letting up, gunning it on the straightaway to maintain his lead. And that's how it ended, with Bob Briggs taking his first win in Tempe Stadium lights over Whitman and Price. It's Joe Price in the overall points lead after round 3, ahead of Kosar and Sutton. It's number 18, Mark Earhart, out of Menifee, California, hugging the corner to bump out number 14, Jeremy Schell, for the whole shot in the Pro Quad division. Earhart dominated the race as the rest of the pack looked like they were lining up for school lunch. Single file, boys. The leader gets locked up with number 27, Travis Spader, in the corner, but it made no difference. Earhart's quad ran like a thoroughbred at Churchill Downs. No capsizing this round as Mark Earhart breezes the victory in Tempe Pro Quads ahead of Spader and Farr. Earhart's win puts him in second place overall behind Shane Hitt.
Listen, Buster, I've had it with you. Stick around for more cool action, monster freestyle, madness. It's going to be fun. And more stuff from, from Bigfoot. I think I broke it.
Inside Monster Jam.
Hi, my name is Teresa, and I'd like to see some more freestyle. Yeah!
Freestyle.
I am Jay.
The thing that I like doing the most is wheelies. I mean, if I can get a wheelie out of the truck or get the truck to stand up, we can take the truck all the way down across this building, standing on the rear tires.
You need a lot of power to pull that off.
A lot of power. The big Ford's putting it out, though.
Off-Road Championship Series.
Points leader Johnny Greaves didn't compete in the Tempe Stadium Sport Trucks race, opening up the playing field for ambitious competitors. Number 70, Randy Eller, and 09, Lee O'Donnell were heading the pack, and they banged it out all night long. O'Donnell was able to take Eller in the turn, then open it up on the straightaway. Eller sticks with him as O'Donnell sheds some excess baggage off the tabletop. Mechanical problems would stall Eller as O'Donnell takes the checkered flag in the Tempe Stadium Sport Trucks ahead of Bayer and Brandt. Larry Bayer's second-place finish puts him in the overall points lead. Greaves drops to fifth. In super modified buggies, number 4, Steve Sollenbach must have thought he was in a mosh pit as he's literally run over and just all banged up in the first turn. Points leader number 12, Jerry Welchel, moves out into first with number 5, Gary Gall, in pursuit. Number 99, Henry Brown, is forced out of competition with a right rear blowout. Welchel was still in the lead when number 6, Corey Witherell, makes a nice move in the turn to take over first. Both Witherell and Welchel get hung up in the corner. But it's Witherell who recovers and maintains his lead. And that would do it as Corey Witherell takes the victory in Tempe. Welchel maintained his lead in the overall points with a battered Sollenbach close behind.
That's it for everything here in Tempe, Arizona. We'll see you next episode in Las Vegas, where we up the ante in the points race. I'm Ann Ford, and I'm out of here.
Hanging out here at the Bigfoot shop. On IMJ, we have a lot of great action going on. We're going to go to a little thing now. It's the Dynamite Girl. She's explosive. And you know what? Things aren't always as they seem.
Exactly what goes on in the box?
Oh, a lot of prayers and a checklist that I go over. If everything is not exactly in control, then I'll get out of the box and start over again. But I'm going to go get my bearings. I'm a little shaky right now.
As we get set, the Dynamite Lady is ready. Good luck. 5, 4, 3.
Celebrated my 1,000 blast in January, and still going 12 years. Still have 10 fingers and 10 toes, so I'm doing all right.
Well, in freestyle, sometimes things go horribly wrong, and the drivers get to bust them up. Who gets stuck putting them all back together again? Jim, that would be you.
That's us back here at the shop. We got a full crew, and I got to give it to my body guys. You know, these drivers get out there, they don't really realize they're putting on a great show and then making everything work. But there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes here putting them together.
Okay, we got lots of body parts. That's the outside. Let's get to the action. Take me down where the motors are built.
Come on, Jerry.
Does it sometimes feel like an endless task? They're out there busting them up, and you got to put them back together?
Yeah, it's a weekly deal. They take them out, they try to break what we fix for them.
What do you think, right here? You know, if I had to reach into my fat wallet as a TV host, would I be able to come up with the ducats for this?
How big's your wallet?
I'm thinking maybe $40,000.
It's $40,000 from here down. No induction. You put a BDS blower on top and an MSD ignition and a few parts like that, and you're going to get the price up to around $50,000 for a good runnable engine.
All right. That's enough of that tech stuff. I think it's time for me to get behind the wheel of Bigfoot.
Come on, Jerry. I got something you can drive.
All right. This is cool.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
No, man. You got to start at the bottom.
That is so predictable. That's okay, because I can do it. Check out more racing while I ride around in this bad boy. But you know what? By the end of the show, come and take this. I'm going to ride Bigfoot. You promise?
This one first, then you get the big guy.
Pushing in 4.
More IMJ Racing.
Tempers were coming to a boil in Tampa as teams north and south battled it out in Quad Wars action. They took their aggressions to the field as number 17 David Bonstadt of Team North takes the lead on number 4 Justin Gandy of Team South. But moments later, it's Gandy pulling off a beautiful maneuver in the turn to take over first, then pouring it on in the whoops, lengthening his lead as he goes into the final turn. That would do it as number 4 Justin Gandy pulls off a win for Team South in the Tampa Quad Wars. But the victory wasn't enough for Gandy. He stokes the fire by taunting his arch rivals from Team North.
All right, kids, stick around. When we come back, we're going to have the big showdown. Barefoot and Gravedigger going off in Tampa. And I'm going to drive the big guy.
All the thrills, all the spills, the best inside Monster Jam now on video. 5 huge inside Monster Jam. The final showdown.
Look, Ma, no hands. It's Todd Frolick bringing out Barefoot to take on Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger in the final showdown. The monsters were even off the line, with Barefoot just getting the best of the Digger. The 1/900 Pro Race Final Showdown title would go to the high-flying Dodge Barefoot. Of course, no race is complete without a final freestyle by the contenders. Together, Gravedigger and Barefoot ripped up the course to cap an unforgettable night of monster mayhem in Tampa.
It was great. You know, he caught you off the line, but you came up in that no man's land. You got the horsepower going and edged him out. Yeah, it was a good run. That's the first time I beat Dennis in a long time here, so it feels good.
Jim, Bob said I could drive the big one. Can I please? Ooh. Come on up. What do you mean? How do I get up? Who built this monster? What's this truck, the official title?
It's Bigfoot number 5, the world's tallest and heaviest pickup truck.
What's the motor?
It's 460 Ford. We use all these 460s, 572s. Man, we're Ford people. You know
Big
that.
juice.
Big juice. You gotta have some big juice pull this dog.
You're going to have to stand back, pal, because I'm about to ride some of the big equipment. I want a piece of Dennis Anderson now! I'll have a double cheeseburger, an order of fries, and some, give me a soda. Was that fun?
It's a lot of fun, Jerry. You know, you got to drive a few of these Bigfoot vehicles. But one of these days you come back and it's dry out here. We're going to take you to the test track, let you drive a race vehicle.
Big show host, big truck, Bigfoot. Thanks a lot. This was fun. It's pretty cool around here.
Hey, everybody needs to come to Bigfoot one time. Lot to do, lot to see. Everybody come.
Come on down. I am Jay. Now how do I get out of here? If I remember.
Next episode, I Am Jay's going to bring you the big boys, laying it down on the muddy banks of the Mississippi. It's monster trucks shredding up the St. Louis soil. But that's not all. Ann Gord's going to bring you the hottest off-road action from Vegas. Jerry's got the Wheelie King, Doug DeMocus, sand drags from New Orleans, pulling competition from Houston, and lots more. All coming at you